What's going on, you guys? It's Adam here again today. Today we're going to be talking about the 6 things that I wish I would have learned when I started backpacking. So hopefully this video can help some of you guys who are just getting into backpacking, who have never backpacked before, and you're just getting into the hobby. So yeah, let's get started. Sorry about the little interruption here, guys. So I just realized it started raining and I got back to my car and I recorded a clip of the first 2 tips I had for you guys down by the lake. And I just realized they just didn't record. So I'm going to tell you guys those tips now. First tip, make sure you invest in a good backpack. If you don't own a good backpack, you're not gonna have much fun hiking with a lot of weight on your back. Make sure it fits you. You can go to an REI, you can go to a Bass Pro Shops. They will measure from the top of your spine down to the bottom of your hips. That measurement that they're gonna take is gonna be used to determine what pack size you need. Most pack sizes come in small, medium, and large. Me personally, I am a large, I'm a bigger guy. Some big people use medium backpacks. It depends on the measurement they take from your spine. But I cannot stress how important it is to have a good pack. It is one of the most important things that you need. Don't skimp out on a good backpack. Spend a good amount of money on a good backpack. It's gonna keep you comfortable. It's what's carrying all of your weight. It's one of the most important things you can have when you just start into the hobby. Make sure you get a good backpack. The backpack I use is a Baltoro 65 liter by Gregory. So I believe it was around $250 to $300. At first I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to spend this amount of money on a backpack, but I am very glad I did because it provides a really good amount of comfort and support for my back while I'm hiking with a good amount of weight in my backpack. So that is one of the most important tips I can give to you guys. That's why I put it at number 1. But yeah, make sure you're not skimping out on your backpack. Make sure you invest in a good pack and make sure it fits. Tip number 2, pack your bag the right way. If you're not packing your bag the right way, you're gonna come into issues where the weight is not sitting on your hips properly. It's gonna be too high up your back. If you're packing heavy stuff up top, that's not what you wanna do. You wanna pack your heavy stuff on the bottom of your pack closest to your back. Also in the middle, you want some of your heaviest items closest to your back in the middle, light stuff on top. You don't really wanna try and minimize hanging stuff off of your backpack as much as possible, because that's also going to cause some imbalances in your backpack. You can look up a lot of videos on YouTube about how to pack your bag the right way. That's what I had to do when I first started, and those videos will help you out a lot trying to figure out how to pack your backpack the correct way, because there is a correct way and a wrong way of doing it, and make sure you do it the correct way. I will have a video coming out probably in the near future about how to pack a backpack the correct way. I don't have one out yet. It's probably going to be a couple weeks before I do something like that, so keep an eye out, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever that video comes out. Now, tip number 3, I recorded when I was out there in the rain, so I'm just gonna let that play. Here's the clip. Perfect timing. Dude. Great. So I'm getting soaked right now. My camera is waterproof, so my mic is not waterproof, so we're gonna see how this goes. The third thing I have for you guys is to make sure that you're packing enough food, but not too much food. You don't want to pack so much food that you're not going to eat. That was a major problem I had when I started backpacking, and it's going to weigh you down a lot. So make sure you're only packing food that you're going to eat along the trail, and a good rule of thumb is around 2 pounds per day that you're gonna be out on the trail. Obviously, you can go lower than that. Very possible to go lower than that, and if you can, you should. But yeah, that was tip number 3, and on to tip number 4. I finally made it back to the car. It just started pouring down rain. I was hoping it wouldn't rain as soon as I got down there, but so we're just gonna go ahead and film the rest of this video in the car. It's really the only day that I can film this video, and I wanna get it out to you guys because I haven't posted in a few weeks. Just life stuff has been happening, and I wanna get a video out for you guys. Also, I just started posting some shorts, so if you guys want to, you guys can go on my channel, click the shorts page, and check those out. But yeah, just to recap on food, really, really, really make sure you're packing enough food and not too much food. That is a big, big deal. If you're packing too much food, it's really starting to come down right now. Look at this. Oh yeah, it's coming down. But yeah, you're gonna have major issues with weight. It's not gonna be fun for you. You're gonna be carrying a lot of weight. It's gonna just add to your pack weight, which is already gonna be pretty high, depending on if you're new or if you have gone ultralight. I am not ultralight. I don't have the kind of money to spend on gear like that. Some of the things I have are ultralight, but most of it is pretty heavy. Like my tent's around 4 to 5 pounds, which is pretty heavy for a tent these days. My backpack by itself weighs between 4 and 5 pounds. I use a Gregory Baltoro 65 liter, I believe. And that's, yeah, it's around 4 to 5 pounds already. So really make sure you dial in your food. My fourth tip I have for you guys is start early and take your hike slow. If you're not taking your hike slow, you're gonna get tired very fast. You're gonna get worn out, especially if you have a lot of miles to accomplish in one day. Let's say you're hiking like a 15-mile day to get to camp. If you go fast, you're gonna get tired more quickly and more often than if you were going at a slower pace. So make sure you're going at a slow pace, a pace that if you're hiking with multiple people that they can keep up with as well. And make sure you start on the trail early. If you're not early, you're gonna get to camp, you're gonna be hiking in the dark, and sometimes that's not fun to deal with. If you can, get to the trail early and hike as slow as you can because it's gonna help you in the long run. My fifth tip for you guys is to make sure you wear the right clothing. If you're not wearing the right clothing, you're gonna be miserable. Just like if you didn't pack your bag the right way, you're gonna be miserable if you don't wear the right clothing. What I mean by wearing the right clothing is you wanna make sure you have base layers on if it's cold. If it's warm, you know, it's not too hard to wear the right clothing, but if it's cold outside, you're gonna want base layers. You're gonna want long johns, and you're gonna want a thermal shirt. Preferably, you want all your clothes to be merino wool. That is gonna keep you the warmest, and it's gonna dry out the quickest. I always wear merino wool socks if it's gonna be cold outside while I'm camping or hiking or backpacking. If it's gonna be warm outside, you can really just wear whatever you want to. Wear something light if you know it's gonna be warm outside. If it's gonna rain like today, you wanna make sure that you wear a waterproof rain jacket and rain pants. That is very important. You do not want to be wet while you're out camping, while you're out backpacking. It is not a fun time. If you do get wet, it's not that big of a deal. You will just have to wait till the rain stops, especially if you're at camp. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. You can just wait till the rain stops, dry out your clothing under the sun, or just dry out your clothing. Things that I always pack in my bag when I'm camping, I always pack extra socks and an extra pair of underwear because you never know when you're gonna need to change your socks or change your underwear. If those things get wet, you're gonna be miserable. So always pack an extra pair of those. Always pack, if not one pair, always pack a second pair. So always pack an extra pair of socks and a pair of underwear. It's gonna help you guys out immensely. And my sixth and final tip for you guys is a lot of new backpackers will overpack like crazy. They're gonna overpack their bag. It's gonna be like 50 to 60 pounds. You definitely do not want that. You're gonna be dying on the trail. It is not gonna be fun. Now, some people can do that. If you're physically fit, you can pack a 50-pound bag and be fine. And sometimes that's your only option. I believe when I went to Zion last year, me and my friends, all of our packs are around 40 to 50 pounds. We had planned to do the Zion Traverse, which was, I think in total, it's about 30 miles. Don't quote me on that. So we really packed a lot of food. And then when we got there, we found out that the conditions along the second half of the trail were really bad. It was really snowy. The people had to get airlifted out the week before when we got there. So thank God the ranger at Zion told us that we should only do a couple days in this one area that we went to. And that's what we did. So we were able to take out some of our food, take out some of the other items that we thought we would need. And that saved us a lot of weight. Also, if you're just starting out and you're packing your bag for the first time, take the essentials first. What do you need to eat? What do you need to sleep? What is your shelter? You need to take all those things into consideration before you pack any other like fun items because the essentials matter the most when you're out in the backcountry. That's what really matters. Do you have your essentials? Can you survive in the backcountry with the things that you pack? All the other stuff that you want to pack later, after you pack your essentials, weigh your bag, and then you can see if you can pack any of the other things like books, games, like you can pack a lot of stuff into a bag, but just make sure you're packing your essentials first because that is the most important thing when you're out there. And another thing, going back to tip number 1, is make sure you do your research on backpacks because some backpacks will have different features than other backpacks. For example, my Baltoro has a waist belt that kind of conforms to your body as you move, conforms to your waist as you move. It's a lot less stress on your hips when you're hiking, having something like that. So make sure you're doing your research on different bags that you could have, and do not go cheap with the backpack. Buying my Baltoro 65 liter was probably the best investment I've made into this hobby so far. It was an expensive backpack. It was $250 to $300, but it was well worth it. And some tips for food. Ramen noodles are a very good thing to pack for food because they're very easy to make. They just require water, which if you need a little boiler so you can boil your water while you're out there, and repackage your meals. Repackage your meals 100%. Some of those, the Mountain Ready made meals come in big packages. Get some freezer gallon bags and repackage all your meals into those bags. The reason I say do that is because it's going to cut down on your weight just a little bit. Any weight you can save, you should save. But also make sure they are the freezer bags, because if they are not the freezer bags, your bags will melt from the hot water that you're going to pour into them to cook your food. If you get the freezer gallon bags, they are heat resistant, so you can pour your hot boiling water into the bags and they will not melt, they will not rip, nothing's going to happen to them. Now, there actually is a tip I did forget to mention. It's not really a tip, it's kind of a necessity. You should really look into getting yourself a satellite communicator. A lot of the new iPhones have satellite communicators built in. I did rely on that in my last trip when I went to Cache Creek. I didn't bring my normal satellite communicator I usually use because I didn't want to pay for it. And I did use the iPhone satellite communicator. So if you do have an iPhone, I'm not sure if Android has satellite messaging as well, but iPhone definitely does, and it works very well. I'm not gonna lie, it does work very well. Now, I don't know if I would rely on it 100%. I would still bring an external satellite communicator. I use a Zoleo. You can find one, I believe it's around $200. I got it a few years back. It works really well. You can, messages do take a few minutes to send out and to receive messages, so it's not like the greatest thing on the earth, but it is better than nothing. And if you get in a sticky situation, one of those things can help you out immensely. You can press the SOS button on it. You can get airlifts. Authorities will be able to find you. So if you're stuck somewhere, if you get lost in the woods, it is very, very important to have. It's probably one of the most important, it probably is the most important thing to carry with you when you're out in the backcountry, because you don't know what's going to happen. Always be prepared for the unexpected. All right, it finally stopped raining, man. Of course, it stops raining as soon as I finish the video. But I'm gonna head out of here. I'm going to go on a backpacking trip in a week or two to Henrico State Park. I did get my new lens. It is the 12 through 35 millimeter Panasonic Lumix GX Vario. I got the Mark II edition, I believe. Very nice lens, I love it. I can zoom in and everything. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out of here and go home and eat some dinner. I got some grocery shopping to do, so I'm gonna get those things done and start planning my backpacking trip to Henrico here in a week or two. I do have my new mic coming in a few days, one that I talked about in the last video. So yeah, I will see you guys then, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take these tips, use them. They will help you out on the trail, I promise you. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.